You can see the Confederate troops advancing in the distance. You can hear the whistles blow as well. And from... Oh no, I've got someone watching me now. Okay, Microsoft Man, the actual creator of all of this, practically is watching the stream on Steam. So he's probably hearing me right now commentate. Let's see if he stays for the show. That's interesting. That's never happened before. But, well, it's always nice with a first, I suppose. Hello, Microsoft Man, if you can hear me. Don't know if it, like, displays anything extra on screen. Bandicam might have picked it up. Oh, I can tell my microphone is actually muted, so no, he's not hearing me, so he has no idea that he's watching me in the actual recording of the battle. He thinks it's a test, he's probably like, wow, this is cool. Oh, that's a shocker. Anyway, back on track. Look at this huge wave of Confederate attackers moving up now. US artillery responding. We can see the guns up on the steps. Boom. That's awesome. Both batteries firing. In fact, it's one battery split into two, or four guns, rather. I mean, a battery usually contains 4 guns, sometimes 6. I think it's usually 6. Hey, sometimes even 8 or 12, but it's around that number. But in this case, it's a battery that has split up its guns into 2 groups to minimize the risk of losing all of the guns to a direct hit by the Confederate howitzers. So by the way, we've cut down on a lot of bad frames, so this is really nice for the viewing experience as well. But I do think the FPS got quite a bit better towards the end of the first stage of this fight. They're advancing on the left side. Let's follow the Confederate platoon attacking hard here on the left side. Officer leading with his men. He's shot dead though. Oh. Few last words being shared among the men. Are both armored cars down? Oh! This armored car is knocked out as well, but it must have done sufficient damage. Being armored and carrying a machine gun is going to make it stand out quite enough among all the units on the battlefield here today. Confederate artillery still responding. It's a back and forth fight among the guns as well. This side here, this left flank of the Union defense has almost been wiped out. It's almost down to the center defenders among the, or around the structure itself. It's a massive building, by the way. It's insane in scale. But I suppose it is correct. But it's just so awing to see it. The massive stairs. The surrounding structure as well, providing excellent cover and high ground for the defenders. The extra line back here on the left side is the last step before you can actually breach the building itself or the area around it. We've got a German machine gun here. More Confederates have entered the field. And we've got the German mortars firing as well. In this case, Union mortars. Looks a bit like a rocket. It's got the guiding rods on it. Can you hear that? That sounds like a lot of machine guns. And this right side wall has 2, sorry about the camera shake, the 2 here. Positioned nicely on the high ground. We're going to get a good view from up here. But the Confederates are pushing up. They're getting closer and closer now. There's a lot of troops each wave. love hearing them smatter away. Such a cool sound. Here's the right side group of guns. The Confederates have almost reached the right side defensive line, the last defensive line outside the actual building itself. And that will provide them with cover against the defenders up top. Oh, look at that. Deadly fire hitting a lot of troops. The Confederate firepower is not to be underestimated. Such a cool view. Holy crap! Some good hits caught by the camera angle as well. From the Confederate artillery right now shelling this left side group and some of the other infantrymen up on the walls, one could say. We got Confederates running for cover down below, awaiting the next wave of reinforcements. I think the key here is for the Union defenders to kill as many Confederate attackers per wave, so that once the next wave arrives, they can't really bolster their numbers. They simply start over again. It's a bit of a what do you call it? Chokehold maneuver in a way. Not a chokehold, but Thermopylae. The battle for Thermopylae was it's a choke point. It's a choke point maneuver in a sense. They're not allowing them to use their full number advantages. Their full number advantage at once, one could say. Confederate troops getting closer and closer by each wave. The left side defense is still holding. Oh, a Confederate troop had made it all the way up here. He was shot dead. I wonder how he got here and what he was trying to do. But that's impressive. However, as I was saying, the defenders on the far left are still standing. Let's have a look at them down here. Can we see this machine gun operating? No, it doesn't have any troops in vision yet. It's quite far down, so the Confederates actually have to get a lot more on even ground for him to be able to fire back. Have I mentioned how I really like the Union uniforms, how they remind me of Imperial troops in Fall of the Samurai? Loving that for the Union, for sure. And how the Confederacy is going for that more classic French look, Louisiana style, New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? I'm loving it. Very cool indeed. Yeah, this left side is still standing, surprisingly. We've got the officer whipping up his pistol as well. That's absolutely nuts. Like, he's got his Colt 45 as 1911. His recently issued 1911. And, oh, he was shot in the back of his head. Rip. Yeah, there's no medic nearby to carry you off the field, though. Oh, but you are an officer. Perhaps some will try. It's a wonder this machine gun is still standing, but the Gabion defenses have kept him safe. Or them. It's a crew. Oh! More Confederate artillery is landing close. Some extremely close to the Confederates as well. Holy shit, dude! They are literally by the steps now. They are about to rush up. The U.S. mortars have been disabled. We have a few U.S. troops still holding the high ground. Gonna give them a cool little look for a while. Oh, we got a Confederate moving up the stairs on the right side. Look at him. But we have defenders to the right, ready to receive. That's a hand grenade. Run, guys! Oh, I think he killed himself. I think they threw it back because I heard someone scream in pain, and that grenade definitely landed on the stairs. Not. Oh, oh my God, that crucial hit by the Confederate howitzers. I love this, man. This is so awesome. Have we got any counter artillery? No, because the guns are wiped out. We still have defenders here on the right side. The Confederates, yeah, they might try and come up the flank. We got an officer leading. Oh, he's shot dead. That's a hand grenade just to ensure his death. 3, 2, 1. They're gone. Oof. So, let's see if we can get some, I get mixed, like, varying opinions when I hear people say, oh, why didn't you crew that tank? Why didn't you crew that gun? And stuff. Say this is a Pearl Harbor moment where this lone soldier is standing among his comrades and thinks to himself, maybe I can save more of my friends' lives by manning one of the guns, okay? And if I saw a Confederate mortar or machine gun emptied, I would do the same thing. So I think a ground rule to make things fair is to just crew guns with soldiers. I mean, a gun like this, someone could crew. Like, he's not even changing the... Now he's changing targets. But, I mean, it's just about... Yeah, it's a basic gun. It's an artillery piece, but you'd figure it out. Like, I wouldn't send infantrymen into tanks. That's weird. Like, that wouldn't happen. And I don't think I've ever sent actual infantry into tanks. He's dead now anyway, but he might have impacted the battle a bit. I would only send crewmen, like tank men, into tanks. So we've got some Confederates up by the wall. No, I think they're all dead here on the left side. I think we've also reached the last wave, so it's down to the final defenders now up here. But if the Confederates can't capture the high ground with the men they have, and they might just receive one more wave. I'm unsure how many we've passed, but there were 4 remaining after the crash. That's at least what I established. Then the U.S. hold Capitol Hill. So far, they're still holding this right side. Look at this guy. He's using his pistol at this range. Anything he can do, this officer is just... Oh, and he's dead. Shot in the side. No, he's up again. That must be a painful as hell of a shot, but he's up. You hear that machine gun? This is what I wanted to show you guys. And grenades are being thrown here as well to get the Confederates moving up the stairs. This is so cool. There's a machine gun up here defending the Capitol Hill building. One could say the Capitol building. Can I get a cool view of it? No, that's too hard. And we have some troops up here on the planks acting as prone snipers, marksmen. No, it doesn't look too bad. You said it, Mike. You can hear the shouting back there from the fighting throughout the city. But, guys, I think we can conclude this battle as a Pyrrhic Union victory. It's down to just a few men. And remember, I've moved up the artillery. I've moved up Confederate artillery so that they could continue to shell as they progressed. If this would have been... If we wouldn't have crashed after the first wave or two, the artillery would have been way further back, unable to shell these positions at all. And it's just, oh, they're still dying among the walls, but this officer is still holding. Before he dies, I want to see what his name is and how many men he's killed. He's killed one man, and it's Captain Murphy. Captain Alfred Murphy. He's killed one man so far. He was just saved by his 3 enlisted men here to his rear, because one Confederate got up the side. And he was aiming for the officer, so he's lucky. There's a few Confederates down below, but they just lack the manpower right now. And to make this cinematically awesome, I think it would make more sense to have the men retreat and fight another day. I am full-heartedly convinced that the Confederates don't have enough manpower to continue this fight right now, or to storm the stairs. I mean, looking at it, we've got machine guns and a lot of entrenched troops, so it would just turn into a pointless slaughter. So to save some Confederate lives to fight another day, I'm going to just issue a quick retreat order, and we can tell there's probably just about a dozen men remaining out of the 1,000 that have attacked. So no, I'm serious, guys. I'm actually issuing a retreat. I know it sounds terrible, but look at the damage you've done. This has been one hell of a start to the fight. Don't tell me that's the 4th wave. Could that be the fourth wave deploying? Well, if it is, then the rest would join in again. No, we've definitely passed that. Crazy battle, guys. Let's have a look at casualties. We're going to mark Confederates in red and Union soldiers in yellow. There's a few still want to fight. Well, if you want to fight, go ahead. You're going to end up the same way as I predicted. You've done great. You just don't have enough manpower and firepower in general to get up. See, no, they're like, no, fuck it, we're going. We're going. We're fucking going. Yes, you are. They are literally legging it back. Yes, that is the correct choice. That was really quick, just a few shots. But, I mean, what a crazy battle. Both artillery groups destroyed, all the machine guns pretty much wiped out. Just a handful of men holding this, the wall here, one could call it, by the stairs. But there's more men back here still defending. And the commanding officer by the flag, what's his name? Dale James. It says he's a captain, but let's pretend he's a colonel. Or lieutenant colonel. Or major. Or, yeah, no, he could be lieutenant colonel of this battalion. Dale James. James Dale sounds more like a name than Dale James, but whatever. It's the early 1900s. What do you expect? We got a few... No, they're not survivors. They're just the white squares of the backpacks. So many casualties. There's a few Confederates still trying. I've told you guys to retreat. I've given you the opportunity to fight another day. Yet you want to throw yourself up the stairs and into certain death. We've had some cool hero moments. We've had a mishappening turn into still something rather beautiful. And I think we gave the Confederates a better chance than they ever had before the crash. And still, the high ground won the day with insane casualties. One more wave. Another 200 men. Listen, I gave them over 1,000 men. But one more wave. One more wave. And they definitely... Listen... They even outnumbered, I'm going to pause, they even outnumbered the Union defenders more, right? They even outnumbered them more after the crash because I removed way more of the Union defenders up front and only one wave off of the 5 they had deploying. So, yeah, they were given all the advantages they could get. So I don't want to hear any whining in the comment section. I definitely helped the Confederates out after the crash, but the Union troopers still held on. What a crazy fight. What a crazy fight indeed. There's going to be another battle coming out if you guys want to see more of this, and we can take this series further, turn it into a bit more of a cinematic experience. But thank you for watching. Thank you, Microsoft Man, and everyone else. Like Rick, I suppose that's the only one else who's ever had a part of this. And yeah, for making this happen. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon again. Ciao.